Hello and welcome. If this is your first time visiting, please be sure to check out my other repair videos. To support the channel for free, all you have to do is subscribe, comment, and like. Now let's get on to today's video.
Alright guys, do not adjust your sets. It is dark for a reason. Today we're going to be going over instrument clusters and the bulbs that are involved in that. So I'm sitting in the cockpit of the 2000 Honda Accord and I'm going to show you what we got going on today. First thing, I'm going to turn the key on to on, and when the first starts, this is a test to make sure that all your bulbs are working on your dashboard. And I noticed that my SRS light was not coming on. The next thing that I noticed that was not working correctly was my dash lights. It's kind of hard to see here, but you see on the right side of the speedometer, it's dim behind it. That is all due to burned out bulbs that are behind the instrument cluster. So that's what this video is going to be about today. This will work with most cars. The only thing that's going to be different is getting the instrument cluster out of your car. I'm going to demonstrate this on the Honda Accord. This will probably work on any car that you have as long as you can get the instrument cluster out. So that is what we're going after today. Let's get this out and then we're going to get it on the bench and show what we're after. All right, the first step to get this out of the Honda Accord is you got to get this black bezel off that runs around here. And it's really easy. If you look here, there's a screw, and here there is a screw. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. So I'm just going to use a stubby screwdriver and pull those out. I'll come back when I get finished with that. All right, we're back without the two screws are pulled out, and all I'm going to do here is kind of get it to the bottom and just pull it straight out. There's some clips up at the top here that you just want to be careful about. That's some more on the back. And once that is out, you have 4 screws now. There's one in each corner, here, here, and then up at the top here, and again here. Our stubby screwdriver is our friend again. Do this with 2 hands. Be back when I get that out. All right, with all 4 of those screws out, I pulled this forward just a little bit so I could get it tilted down so I could look at the top of it. And you see on the top, I have, for my application, I have 3 different connectors. This is the only 3 that hold this, or that are connected to this from the wiring harness. They just have the pinch connectors on them, like so. And again, this is a 2-handed job. I'm just going to pinch and pull each one of those out, and then we're going to work this out, and we're going to get it on the bench and take a look at it. All right, guys, here we're on my bench now. I've got the instrument cluster out of the car, and we're going to turn around and look on the back of it, and we're going to show you what we're going to be going after. Now, you see each one of these bulb locations has its own little separate bulb. And so what's happened in my situation is probably the same as yours, is that some of those are burned out. Some of the bigger ones, those are actually the backlit ones. In my application, there's also 2 that are here and here that kind of shine down on the instrument cluster. So this is one of mine that's bad. You take it, and all you have to do is just a twist and you pull that out. And in order to fix that, you don't have to replace the whole socket part. You just pull the bulb out of it. It just comes right out. So we have this bigger one here, and for my car, the part number for that is 158. So when you get through 158 replacement, and again, it just slides in. That's all there is to it. You put it back into the socket and kind of find where it goes, and then give it just a little quarter twist, and it's back in. That goes the same for all of these small ones. Like in, let me see, figure out where I'm at. Like we have all these small ones over here. Give that one a twist. There you go. You see how small that is compared to the other one, and it works exactly the same. You just pull that straight out of the socket. There you go, just like that. And for my application, the smaller one, the part number is, there we go, 2773, 2723, excuse me. Let's go to replace that one. Again, all you do is press it in just like that. Put it back into its home, and there you go. Now, let's say, for instance, that one of them is burned out, but you're not exactly sure which one it was. That happened to me in my situation. What you can do is you just take the bulb that's burned out, and you take a flashlight or whatever, you just shine it in the back of it as you're looking at the front of the instrument cluster. And I'll try to show you on camera, see if it'll light up for you, see which one that is. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to shine it into the back of it. As you can see what lights up, that's my oil light. Now, fortunately for me, my oil light was working. That was not one I needed to worry about. And same as the larger ones. Fingers not wanting to cooperate today, put it back in, just give it a little quarter twist. Some of these are blue, and it actually says, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, if you look on the actual circuit board, it'll actually say blue, and for the black ones it'll say black. Kind of move in, let you take a look at that. I personally do not know what that means. The bulbs appear to be exactly the same in mine is that 2723 that I just showed you, but I did find one that was just a little bit bigger that is obviously blown, and that may come from the factory. You may need this slightly larger bulb. It's kind of like in between the small one and the big one, and I'm sure if I went to AutoZone or Napa or something like that, I could figure out exactly which one that was and replace it with that. I guess it needs to be a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter for whatever that's used for. So I'm going to put this back in. And quarter turn. So there you have it. You need to figure out exactly which bulbs are out. Like you saw in my situation, it's like this part of the dashboard wasn't working behind the speedometer, so I knew it had to be that large bulb there. And then my SRS light had burned out. And again, I think what happened when I took my dashboard out and I put everything back together, I must have had a power surge or something happened and shorted, and it popped a couple of the bulbs in my instrument cluster. So again, it's not that hard to take care of. The hardest part is actually getting the cluster out. So the reverse is going to be to put this back in just like we took it out, get everything hooked up. So we'll check it and I'll come back and see if we've got a good repair or not. All right, with all that back together, I'm ready to go ahead and turn it on, key over to run, so it can do its self-test on the lights and take a look at all of them, and we'll see what we got. Looking for my SRS light, and there it is. So it's back. The one light that comes on for a second and then turns off is your check engine light. If it stays on, that means you have a code set, at least in this car, and it should turn itself back off after it completes the self-check. I'll tell you this also, if this light here for the speedometer is out, it's the same thing. This was out for years. It bugged the crap out of me. You can see it during the day, but at night you can't see it at all. So that's when I first learned how to do this. So it does work for that as well. In this car, my gas light is right here and it does not come on. I know the bulb is good in it now. I think there's probably something wrong electrically, something between the sensor that's actually in the gas tank up to here. I haven't gone after that yet, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close the garage door, and we're gonna take a look at the back lights, make sure all that looks good too. Down it comes. All right, we're gonna turn over to the headlights, and you can see right there behind the 120 on the speedometer, that's where that other light was out. I now have all of my instrument cluster lights back. All right, so there you have it, guys, from the cockpit of my 2000 Honda Accord. I appreciate you guys watching today. I hope that might help you out with the bulb problem you have in your car, whether it's a Honda or not, because again, they all pretty much work the same once you get the instrument cluster out. I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.